Hi, today's Tuesday, the 23rd. I just want to say a couple things about the health care. Really don't believe that it's a great deal. I believe it was written mostly by the insurance companies. It's really not going to help people that much as it helps insurance, which really, if you think about it, insurance itself has very little to do. Um, I mean, they supposedly pay for things, or as a middleman they pay for things, but a whole lot of money goes into their pocket that could just be between you and the doctor. And that's why the single payer would have been so much better, because it would have be almost guaranteed to be non profit type thing, or they could have had it that way. This is like I was saying earlier about two sets of books. They have the one set of books where they have all this own stock in all these different companies, and somebody said there's, according to comprehensive annual financial reports that all cities, state, and government places have, they put out that the United States government owns like up to $70 trillion. Matter of fact, John Kerry let it slip out right when he was running for president. He said, "Well, why don't we just take all the 70 trillion in real assets, which is stocks and bonds, and make them available or whatever." See, a lot of that stuff is tied up. A lot of money is tied up that could be used for the betterment of everybody. But it's like cap and trade on money. Um, we have a lot of energy too that's bottled up, and so, but we always have to make sure there's an artificial scarcity. I mean, remember how they said we were running short of oil back in the 70s? No, we're not running short of oil. Um, and the thing about this healthcare is that, well, ever since 9/11, um, it's, you know, when I was even a kid, I didn't really believe the Kennedy story. But the 9/11, when I saw those buildings come down, I knew there was something really wrong with the way they came down. And a whole lot of other people did too. And then you dig into it even a little bit, and you see all these things that are terribly wrong with the story. So anybody with any kind of computer and you know um, can find that information out. And I would imagine that most people in Congress already know that it was a staged event. And like that there's a lot of information out there too. You find out that Cheney he put himself in charge of NORAD 2 months earlier before 9/11, and that FEMA was already at the site the night before 9/11. They were already there, and that's just nothing. I mean, there are so many things about the story that's just um, not even close to right. That say where the plane went down in the field, that there was no blood, no bodies, nothing there. So it was like a bomb. And the same they said that when that plane went into the Pentagon, that it just totally disintegrated. No, it doesn't work like that. But the biggest thing of all is the buildings themselves. You can imagine, when you build a building, you don't build it like each floor has to uh, hold up all those other floors. So um, it doesn't matter if half the building was chopped off. Um, it's still, I mean, those other floors are they're like building blocks, and it's just like kids building blocks. If you take kids building blocks and put them on top of each other, they don't just blow out like this when they're supposed to be coming down like this, and they don't even come down like this. Not even a wooden building just goes. It's just it just it don't. No. And so for our high officials not to know about it and not to investigate it, and for Obama to just keep on, he's just being like a Chicago mobster. And there was one thing that Alex Jones said that I thought was interesting. He said that the thing that sets us apart from a caveman or whatever is that a sense of fair play. And so no matter what position you're in, if you just talk fair play, but you're not really into fair play, you're really missing out on life because you may have a job and you might think, well, I'm better than this person or I'm better than that person, but you come up with these things that are like written by insurance companies. Just about that whole health thing is like written for insurance. We could have had a Medicare Plus where you could volunteer to be in it, and if you like it, great. If you don't, fine. And that would have been that. It would have been very simple. And it wouldn't have cost the government anything because it would just be you pay into it if you want to, and if you don't. Um, the thing that would have been good about that is that it would have made sure that it wasn't just all these profit going to insurance when insurance is not really, that's a middleman. But why should they get like 1/3 of the whole thing? Like so much going to the doctor. If they could get away with it, they wouldn't give anything to the doctors or the hospital. You know, and um, now they say they're going to incrementally do things. Well, lately they've been incrementally doing things. I don't really trust this incremental stuff either. And I don't trust the fact that Obama said he's going to turn the ship around, and it's headed right for the rocks. Just like it's been for the last 10 years, if not worse. All this money said was going to jobs. They what is 100 billion gone out there? Where is the money that they said was going towards jobs, and what is it going to? Just foreigners? Seems like all I see is more foreigners coming in and more jobs going out. It's really hard for somebody, especially in my age bracket, to find work now. Um, anyway, uh, I I just would I'm glad that some people are still keeping 9/11 on the front burner because they the neocons keep it on the front burner a lot of times themselves. Say, well, we got to do this because of 9/11. We got to do that. Well, we need to keep it on the front burner too. We need to expose the criminality, and that's what it is. It's not. It's worse than bad. It's really really criminal, and um, and that's why I say like Obama is just he's not for fair play. He may talk fair play, but he's really not for fair play. And to me, that's not what a leader's all about. He should. He's got the one chance. Like that was one thing I would say. If you had the one thing you could be, I would be the president of the United States because you may have to lose your life, but at least you have a chance to make sure that there is fair play. That's what I tell Obama. You may lose your life, but it'd be better to lose your life than to just be playing with monopoly money with these gangsters. And maybe that's what you've always wanted to be. I think that's what somebody said Schwarzenegger might want to be. Just a gangster thug. Some people really get off on being thuggish, I guess, but it's really not. It's not funny, and it's not cool, and it's really inhumane. And everybody does in the morning. They have to put their pants on, and just because you think you're putting your pants on really good, you just be a thug, no matter how high your position is. You can be a thug no matter how high your position